Hey everyone, this is your midweek update on what's going on in the currency market. So let's focus on the dollar index first. This one here has surpassed that 106 level that we have been talking about for weeks. And it's actually very interesting if we take a look at the dollar index here in terms of measurable targets. We have exceeded the 161.8% Fibonacci extension. So let me just draw that for you here. You can see the 161.8% is exactly at 106 on the dollar index. So I'm actually going to get rid of that and just jump in onto the hourly time frame to bring in the daily pivot. For now, I think we're still going to be looking at further projections to the upside for the dollar index, potentially towards 106.50. That's going to be the level to watch out for. Whether or not the US dollar is actually going to weaken intraday or intra-week per se, we're not quite sure yet, but I think 106 is still going to hold. And before 106, we still have 106.10 to hold it intraday. So we might see a little bit of a dollar weakness, but that dollar weakness that we could see intraday, it's likely going to be a short-term correction. Now, this is also in line with what we are looking across all the other major currencies as well. So let's bring in the Aussie USD here for a little bit. The Aussie USD, it's very close to that 63.50 support base on the Aussie USD. So we are actually, if you take a look at where we are actually touching that green support zone that we have been mentioning basically since August. We are basically within that range right now, so we do anticipate a little bit of support coming out for the Aussie USD in the near term. Whether is it going to be today or is it going to be tomorrow, but I think we could potentially see that happen intra-week. We are likely anticipating the support to still be strong for the Aussie USD. This one here is expected to still be in more of a range-bound market condition. Now, moving on to Euro USD, this is where things get a little bit interesting as well. Just like the dollar index, the Euro USD has actually reached the 161.8% level, which is at 1.0559. Now, obviously, if we take a look at that 161.8%, I'm just going to leave it there because I'm not going to delete it as of yet. This is very close to 1.0550. So I'll just highlight it for you, 1.0550, right? There could be a potential bounce off 1.0550 if we take a look at it from the hourly perspective, because we are very, very close to that support area. Now, a lot of traders are going to be looking at 1.0550 and say, you know what, this could be the limit in terms of how far we want to short the Euro USD. And people that uses the Fibonacci extensions, they're going to be looking at that and say, look, this has surpassed 161.8%. I think we could very well be looking for a potential bounce from the 1.0550 on the Euro USD. Will the pound USD follow suit though? Because the pound USD is extremely weak. And in terms of pound USD, I don't think this is something that we anticipate to happen very soon. I think for pound USD, it is so close to that 127.2% or that 1.21 level. I think the market is just going to take the pound USD lower towards that 1.21 level. So we don't anticipate any correction to happen on the pound USD. Even if it does, that would be a very strong bounce of 1.21, and we are actually still nowhere near that level. I think we still have about 50 pips to go towards 1.21. So could that bounce happen today or maybe tomorrow? I'm not quite sure on the pound USD because the overall weakness on the sterling itself should be a concern, right? But a potential bounce of 1.21 means market could still take this down towards 1.21. So intraday shorts are still going to be a thing today on the 27th of September. So pound USD is definitely still on the weaker side. Now, the next one is the dollar Japanese yen. The dollar Japanese yen has surpassed 149. And I was kind of expecting more of a stronger resistance at 149, but as it is right now, price is actually currently trading above 149. So it wouldn't be too long for traders to actually take the dollar Japanese yen towards the 150 level. But definitely keep an eye out if you still have your long positions on the dollar Japanese yen. Just be very cautious on where we are right now in terms of the key levels. 149 to 150 is basically just 1 yen apart, right? And 150 is going to be the level a lot of traders are going to be fearing. The Ministry of Finance in Japan is actually going to intervene. So I think there's going to be a lot of profit taking around 150. So if we see the dollar Japanese yen spiked up and maybe even beyond 150, it wouldn't be long lived. It will be very short lived because a lot of people are actually going to be profit taking, and the amount of profit taking that's likely going to happen, the volume is actually going to be pretty high. So expect a spike in volume when price reach 150, because a lot of people are going to be transacting around 150. A lot of them are probably going to be getting out of their long position just right around 150. Now, finally, I also want to bring out gold here. For gold, we've seen that drop, and this drop was kind of predictable considering how the FOMC has been a little bit more on the hawkish note, considering that they are going to be reducing rate cuts in 2024, and for 2023 there could still be one more potential rate hikes, and that's still in the dot plot that they have from the Fed in terms of the economic projections. And I think it's fair to say that gold is just reacting accordingly. This was also mentioned in the outlook from the previous week as well. If there's any rejection from 1940, 1950, and if FOMC was a little bit more hawkish, then we could anticipate a little bit of a return towards 1900 for gold. That's basically what we are right now. And intraday wise, I think the key level to watch out for is actually 1895. If price doesn't transition below 1895, we could actually see more of a potential bounce a little bit on gold here, but the key level is definitely 1895 to 1900. If today price is able to climb back above 1900, then we anticipate a little bit more of a correction to happen on gold. Not a crazy correction, not one that could take this back up to 1930 level, but one that could actually take this up to about 1910 and 1950 level, which is still significant. We're still talking about $10-15 from the current price level. So yeah, those are going to be your midweek updates. Hopefully this helps. Good luck with your trades, and I'll give you another update on Friday. See you soon.